Miles. I'm chair of the philosophy department. I've been asked to moderate this debate. Let me give you a few general remarks of information about how the debate will go, and then we'll get rolling. We want to welcome you to this dialogue between the Muslim Students Association and Campus Crusade for Christ. The title is, Who is Jesus, Prophet or God? Today we are honored to have two quality speakers at Cal Poly who will engage in a dialogue about the Islamic and Christian conceptions of Jesus. The first hour of the event is devoted to back and forth presentations of our speakers' main arguments in 5, 15, and 5-minute sections. While the second hour will consist of an interactive question and answer from the audience. For the question and answer session, we will welcome questions from the microphone as well as written questions for which note cards are available up front. Also, surveys will be distributed with the intention of getting a better feel for the overall opinion, of this event. You can even give your opinion of my microphone use. All right, so if you could fill out those questionnaires and pass it to the appropriate people at the end and in the walkways, that would be appreciated. In putting this event together, the Muslim Student Association and Campus Crusade for Christ envisioned a productive, intellectual exchange between our esteemed guest speakers in the hopes of enlightening Cal Poly with a deeper understanding of this issue. In keeping with that goal, we expect for everyone here to maintain an atmosphere of respect and cooperation. Also, it is requested that clapping be kept to a minimum until the end so that the speakers have enough time to develop their points in this limited time frame. With that being said, no disrespect of any kind will be tolerated, so please allow for everyone to benefit from this event in the spirit of respectful dialogue. The organizers have also asked that since there is a video camera that will be videotaping every minute of this debate, we ask that you not record with your own devices. Our first speaker is Dr. Jamal Badawi. Dr. Jamal Badawi is Professor Emeritus at St. Mary's University in Halifax, Nova Scotia, in Canada, where he served as Professor of both Management and Religious Studies. He completed his undergraduate studies in Cairo, Egypt, and his master's and PhD degrees at Indiana University, Bloomington, Indiana. Dr. Badawi is the author of several works on Islam, including books, chapters in books, and articles. In addition to his participation in lectures, seminars, and interfaith dialogues in North America, Dr. Badawi has been frequently invited as a guest speaker on Islam in over 38 other countries. He is a member of the Islamic Juridical Council of North America, the European Council of Fatwa and Research, and the International Union of Muslim Scholars. He has been serving as a volunteer imam of the local Muslim community in Halifax since 1970. Our other speaker is Mr. John Rittenhouse. He has spoken on over 100 universities in North America, as well as 5 countries, on a variety of topics. Currently, he is an adjunct professor at Biola University in Whittier, California, and teaches students how to defend their Christian faith and give reasonable, credible reasons for believing Jesus is God. Mr. Rittenhouse has 4 seminary master's degrees and is president of Pursue Your Passions Ministry. Please join me in welcoming our speakers, and Dr. Badawi will be the first.
In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, I greet you all with the greeting of all of the prophets, the greeting of peace, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, which means, may the peace, blessing of God be with you all. I wish first of all to thank you all, and the organizers in particular, and in particular also my colleague, Mr. Rittenhouse, with whom I had the pleasure of dialogue some 3 years ago. I would be very pleased and honored to represent an Islamic perspective of one great person that Muslims believe in as one of the greatest 5 prophets in human history, a prophet whose name is mentioned with respect and reverence in the Muslim scriptures in more than 10 chapters in the Quran, in the Quran, and more than 90 different verses. My main source for this presentation are the two primary sources of Islam. One is the Quran, usually misspelled Quran. It is the Quran, which Muslims believe in as the verbatim revelation that came to the last Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, through Archangel Gabriel. Next to that in importance is the sound saying and explanation of the Prophet of Islam, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It is on the authority, on the Quran and the teaching of the Prophet, for me as a Muslim, that I believe in Jesus, I love him, and I honored him. In fact, it is part and parcel of Muslim beliefs to believe in and respect all of the prophets of God. It is quite true that the Muslim or Islamic perspective or an Islamic perspective may not be identical with a Christian or the Christian perspective for that matter. But in my humble understanding, with all the complementary things that the Quran and Hadith say about the honored Jesus, peace be upon him, I think, and I've made that statement frequently, that I believe that Jesus, peace be upon him, can be regarded as a common link between Muslims and Christians. Now, a few observations about what I plan to do, inshallah, in the presentation segment. First, I do not claim to speak on behalf of 1.6 billion Muslims all over the world, any more than any Christian can claim to speak on behalf of over 2 billion human beings on earth. But what I can claim, however, that I try to limit myself mostly to the areas that has been widely accepted by all Muslims in various schools of jurisprudence. If there is an important difference, I'll try to point to. Secondly, I take my lead in the way I prepared the topic from the official announcement of this program, and actually it says dialogue rather than debate. I know debate may sound a little bit more sexy, like they say, and confrontational. Yeah, it might be sexy between Obama and Clinton, fine. In politics it might be needed. When we speak about deeper issues of faith, I hate the debate format, in fact, because debate format sometimes might have an element of triumphalism. I prove myself right and you're wrong. You could not say anything right and everything I say must be actually right. Polemics, an appeal to raw emotions. Truly we are humans and we are emotions, we are spiritual. But to focus on this notion of preaching and emotionalism, I don't think it helped too much to understand some of those profound issues in our lives and the lives of other believers, no matter how different from us. The third observation, I say, that I come to here not in the element or spirit of contention. I come here with the spirit of sharing with the full belief of what the Quran says quite clearly, that if God willed, he would have made all people believers, i.e. in exactly the same identical religions. So I come with full respect of differing opinions for the spirit of sharing, for after all, we are sharing as humans one global, interdependent, interrelated global village. And after all, no matter how much we differ, we are brothers and sisters all in humanity. With this, I think I respect the time and would be looking forward to hear to my respected colleague. Thank you.